Some movie stars are known for being wonderful in person. That said, you can't say that about every actor and actress. Some of them aren't so nice in person. They gain a reputation for being some of the meanest people you could meet despite their on-screen persona being much different. It's important to remember that many celebs are constantly hounded by fans asking for autographs and paparazzi photographing their every move. We've made a list of incredibly loved people who are huge jerks behind the camera. If you encounter these people, it's always best to keep walking and avoid asking them for their autographs. You never know what will happen. Some may ignore you, while others will criticize you using foul language. Justin Bieber. Bieber began his career covering songs on YouTube until he was discovered in 2008. He then released his first album in 2009 at the age of 15. The album went triple platinum, and the teenager became an international phenomenon. As the teen's fame grew, so did the controversies surrounding his jerkish behavior. In 2013, he was filmed peeing in a restaurant mop bucket, and in 2014, he was charged with misdemeanor vandalism after allegedly egging a neighbor's house. He eventually pleaded no contest and was forced to pay $89,000 in restitution. He's had numerous run-ins with paparazzi that have gotten physical, and he faces arrest in Argentina if he ever returns to the country. Becoming a global sensation at such a young age can't be easy, but that doesn't excuse being such a jerk. Jennifer Lopez. Not only has Jennifer Lopez been in the public eye for the last 20 years, but she's also been one of the world's biggest stars. At that time, the actor and singer developed quite a reputation for being a diva and a big jerk. In addition to ridiculous demands behind the scenes, Lopez is described as cold to people outside her immediate circle. It included an alleged incident on a plane when a flight attendant asked her what she would like to drink, and Lopez responded by telling her assistant, "Please tell him I'd like a Diet Coke and lime." Then there was the Fiat commercial, which featured Lopez driving through her old neighborhood in the Bronx. Unfortunately, Lopez filmed the commercial in Los Angeles and used a body double in New York. Fans were disappointed in Jenny from the Block. Jesse James. Jesse James has a reputation for mistreating women. In 2010, it was revealed that he had cheated on Sandra Bullock with many partners, all while the couple was trying to adopt a child together. Keep this in mind as you keep reading, because infidelity is a recurring theme in the life of this entrepreneur and TV personality. He may know how to fix a motorcycle, but James could not fix this relationship. It should come as no surprise that he and Sandra Bullock divorced in June 2010. Good for her. However, the cheating saga doesn't end there. The end of this relationship was the beginning of another. One of the women he cheated with was Kat Von D, and they began seeing each other publicly after his divorce. The two even went as far as to get engaged, but that was called off, and I'll give you 2 guesses why. Spoiler alert, he cheated again. William Shatner. William Shatner's Comedy Central roast was so good because it allowed stars to express pent-up rage they'd had for years at this alleged Hollywood grouch. It turns out that while on the set of Star Trek, most of his co-stars hated him because he behaved too badly towards all of them. He garnered the name Captain Jerk for not attending Leonard Nimoy's funeral. It's not the most creative mean nickname, but it gets its point across. While at conventions, he has a huge attitude that fans and co-stars are forced to put up with. At one point, he shouted at Denise Crosby, Tasha Yar from Star Trek, whenever she tried to answer a question. After seeing the way he acts toward his co-stars, it's impossible to have respect for the man. And as far as upsetting fans go, he might not have to worry about that much longer because his bad behavior drives away any fans brave enough to stick around. Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon is a successful American actress who has been seen in different roles. But when it comes to fans, some people say she's pretty self-entitled, which came to light after she and her husband were stopped for weaving in and out of lanes of traffic. When the officer approached her, she said, "Do you know my name? You're about to find out who I am."
"Do you know my name, sir? You're about to find out who I am."
Soon after, she was arrested for disorderly conduct. A source at Star magazine claims that Reese is anything but sweet. The staff is terrified of rubbing her wrong, so they bend backwards to please her. She won't ever take off her sunglasses because she doesn't want anyone to make eye contact. From here, you can imagine how jerk she is and how much attitude is filled in by this actress, which is why her fans are decreasing daily. Christian Bale. Christian Bale has been in the industry for over 30 years and has over 50 film roles. He won an Oscar for his role in The Fighter and is well known for his commitment to his craft, famously losing 62 pounds in 2004 as The Machinist, before immediately packing on the muscle for 2005's Batman Begins. Unfortunately, he is equally known for his bad temper behind the scenes. Bale's reputation for being a jerk began during the filming of 2011's Terminator Salvation when an audio clip of one of his tantrums was released online. In the now infamous clip, Bale drops more than a few F-bombs while also threatening to kick a crew member's fucking ass.
That's what that is, man. I'm telling you. Can kick your fucking ass. You don't shut up for a second, all right?
Bale is also known for being short with fans and allegedly brought two young girls to tears after they asked for an autograph in a way that he felt was rude. Bruce Willis, the man who brought John McClane to life in 4 great Die Hard movies and one awful one, is a jerk. This one is pretty cut and dry, though surprising considering that Bruce Willis has been a star for as long as Will Smith. Whereas Smith has remained a sweetheart, Willis has turned into a bit of a grump. Director Kevin Smith summarized his work with Willis during the cop-out rap party, which Willis did not attend, by saying, "I want to thank everyone who worked on the film, except for Bruce Willis, who is the biggest jerk." Then one day, Willis had a beef dinner with Sylvester Stallone, which led to Stallone calling the actor greedy and lazy. Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard may seem like a good guy, but has a dark past. In 2001, he beat his first wife, Lori McComas, because she was talking to him real strong. In 2005, he punched his second wife, Michelle Gent. There was another incident in 2010 when Gent claimed Howard threw her across a hotel room before picking her up, taking her to the balcony, and threatening to toss her over the railing. Howard's attitude continues into his work life as well. A reported post shows why he got released from Iron Man and Don Cheadle took his place. Howard wanted more money and left when he couldn't get it. Then he continued complaining about this injustice for years, blaming Robert Downey Jr. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin is the founding father of cinema and arguably the most famous man who ever lived. He is also the single greatest star Hollywood has ever produced. Writing, directing, and starring in such classics as City Lights, A Kid, and The Great Dictator, the London native left behind more than enough evidence of his genius. However, there is also a lot of evidence to suggest that Charlie Chaplin was a jerk in real life. Chaplin was a perfectionist known to turn hostile towards his actors and crew if they didn't produce the standard of work he wanted. Those who worked with Chaplin recalled a string of unnecessary firings, incessant verbal abuse, and near-daily tantrums. In his personal life, Chaplin was just as difficult, having married several women before finally settling down with the daughter of playwright Eugene O'Neill. The tramp had no shortage of ex-wives willing to share their horrid experiences of living with him. According to pretty much every woman who married and divorced, Chaplin the man was emotionally abusive and controlling and had few scruples about sleeping with other women. Mickey Rooney. On screen, Mickey Rooney seemed like a perfectly nice guy. In his younger years, he came off as a kid trying to make his way in the world and was extremely humble despite his immense talent. As an older man, Rooney established himself as an eccentric old coot who wasn't afraid to make fun of himself with roles in comedies such as The Simpsons. However, Rooney's nice guy image was another example of his impeccable acting ability. In his final years, Rooney released his autobiography Life is Too Short, which was met with great excitement by those who couldn't wait to read about his career's many twists and turns. But instead of an account of his various rises and falls, Rooney spent much of the book describing and probably exaggerating his many sexual exploits and acts of what we would now consider slut-shaming. The actor also shared personal details about the lives of other Hollywood stars, even contributing to the rumors of one actress who we will not name hiding a lesbian double life from the press and her family.